position for Axe for Misery, something he's pulled out from time to time. We'll see exactly how well he can do. And a Chessie Puck moving away from his Tinies and his Zeuses and things like that, giving him a bit more of a mobile hero to be able to catch up to that Spectre as they jump around the map.
Yeah, they needed a hero that has a good catch, has a good reach. Besides Axe, you know, it's a position for Axe. You said it, Misery ran it before as position 4. I believe they won that game, but still, the Blink Dagger didn't come online as fast as it should, but still managed to work around it. But with the Puck, they have a guaranteed lockdown and something that Faceless Void does not like to play into, coil, and any kind of silence.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, I think that Axe game, he went for Urn and Tranquils first, and then back into Blink, as the Misery +4 Axe can change up his items at will. It looks like Team Nigma going for a bit of a shift around, though. We on that Invoker is up at top lane with a side lane item build. Magnus is ready mid with pooled tangos. So it looks like they're trying to put the Invoker against the Veno, have that Quas sustain up against all that damage over time. Magnus, the melee hero against the Puck, can probably farm and do reasonably well. But for me, this aggressive Troy lane is the interesting part. Witch Doctor, Rubik, and Void.
I mean, they should pressure Spectre a lot, Faceless Void, unless they decide to put the Witch Doctor on top. I see RMN going towards the top lane, so it might just be a standard 2 versus 2. I don't think Invoker would get much farm against Venomancer. Yeah, you said it, he's going to have enough sustain coming on from Quaswags, but he also needs someone to deal with Axe.
Yeah, we know how oppressive this lane can be with Battle Hunger, plus all of that poison from Zibe. We will have the backup from RMN, like you said. Witch Doctor makes his nice little wander up to the top lane. Already going to throw a Maledict in onto Misery. Trading hits with a Battle Hunger, though. And Misery is getting a lot of damage here onto RMN. 5 seconds for another spell. Misery won't be able to give chase under tier 1. But already setting the standard in this lane for how the regen trading is going to go, at least.
Once they get level 2 in this lane, I think they can get an easy kill. Like Venomancer, he puts a point in Venomous Gale, it's just so much slow.
Positioning from RMN is going to have to be key here as they do make a move onto Zibe. A little over-eager there to get that aggressive harassment and damage over time. He's going to tick low, but he's got a salve to fall back on, so he'll be able to stick around in lane. And we can take a quick peek while they are regening up into the mid lane, where 8-0 Magnus and 8-2 Puck are just farm trading. Doesn't feel like there's going to be too much kill threat there unless a rotation happens. And then down bottom, Highlight Die taking a beating from Miracle and GH. And Ace just trying to keep the farm rate up as he is even in the CS.
Phoenix
Tied up
only
with
level 1,
Miracle,
just
but
got
they
2.
do telekinesis him back. Levels up the dive now. The bash from Miracle. Nicely timed on the retreat there as the Phoenix will survive and salve yet again.
I don't think we're going to see a kill on a mid lane. Mind Control with the Bracer. He has a healing salve. I also see a bottle queued up. That means he's going to have enough sustain to get through any kind of harassment coming out from Puck. So maybe we should just look at the top lane RMN. Like, they want to kill him so badly. Whenever Misery has a Battle Hunger, he's going to throw on him. Venomancer still saving a point to see if he needs to put the point in Venomous Gale. Because right now the lane is pushing towards their tower, so 5 men can't play aggressively on top.
Yeah, and it's always nice to be able to go into your Plague Wards a little earlier. Let's see what Zibe gets done. He does get the Gale now. After this wave is cleared, they could go towards RMN. Witch Doctor pretty far forward, but Misery is the one that's been forced away. And these other lanes, like you said, you know, mid lane, pretty calm. Not much happening there. Just farming away. Everyone is pretty happy to get into those early bottles. And it's going to be the mid laners that make those first rotations really work for themselves. Puck especially very good at TPing to these side lane tier 1s. And looking for those turnaround plays. Try and get some use out of that Dream Coil once Chesty does hit level 6.
Misery going for Courier. Speedy Demon, not so speedy after all. And Misery right now just jungling because Venomancer's farming underneath the tower. V has a Tornado, but it's pretty short range.
Yeah, so Zibe just going to rely on those tangos to heal back up. Misery with tranquil boots should be able to get himself a decent amount of experience.
GH forced the TP out on the bottom. Dive from Phoenix and Spectre.
And top lane, Maledict with the stun. Misery caught up in the cold snap. Zibe's trying to turn a bit of damage back onto Wii, but Misery's going to pop here, it looks like. One more touch. He's going to try and tango up.
Tango.
There's no way he survives this. The final hit comes through, and RMN claims up that first blood for himself.
RMN gets the first blood. RMN, you know what it stands for? This is actually Rudy playing on his account. Rudy modernized Nigma.
He modernized the team for sure. Everyone's a big Super Rudy fan now. How many more have you got? How many more RMN acronyms do you have in
I'll try to think of something else. Playing
good.
Wii being dived by Axe. Like, I think Axe can afford to just try to farm jungle a bit while Venomancer puts more points in the Plague Wards. And RMN's positioning, he's been really well this game. Like, he understood I need to stand back so much further away from my Invoker because they're not gonna go on him. Even if they do, I'm just gonna use a cask. But if they go on me, like, I'm 99% dead.
Well, Chessie coils up mind control, sneaks away with one of his bounty runes.
Radiant
He's going to get the second bounty rune off to the west side as well, it looks like. Scan doesn't connect, so they know that nobody's gone to steal it away from them. And that leaves MC with an empty bottle. As GH moves back down bottom, tried to get in there to defend the bounty runes, and RMN being chased into the dire jungle. He's got a lot of damage over time on him. Wee's going to try and come in, maybe for a deny. The Gale, it expires, and it looks like RMN barely survived until the second Battle Hunger arrives.
RMN is fine.
And he's got 3 1 charges and a Fairy Fire. He is absolutely fine, you are correct. As always, Lacoste.
He might not even pop it yet. This man, very cold-blooded. The extra regeneration kicking in from the tower, actually keeping him alive.
Cold-blooded killer. And another rune for Puck. Chessie has had pretty much full rune control here. Invis rune with Dream Coil coming back up. TPs are ready. Definitely ready for Chessie to make that first move. It looks like he was thinking about mind control there, but it will be the wraparound in towards bottom lane. As that wave reaches the tier 1 down there, Catapult arrives. Level 4 Void. GH making the move in onto Phoenix, but the dive away, saving Highlight Die, while Ace is getting bashed up, and the arrival of Chessie's Puck. Dream Coil up onto GH with a silence from the Waning Rift, orbing forward, but it's not enough damage. Chessie comes in with everything he's got, but RMN's rotation will make sure to keep the Puck away from this bot lane for now.
Because bottom lane is going well, Faceless Void goes straight for the Mask of Madness, and they start to play aggressively. Like Spectre, she needs to be careful. If there's no Puck rotation, I don't think Faceless Void dies to like Spectre and Phoenix 3 points in Bash, and they also want to leave some solo XP to Faceless Void so he gets a Chronosphere, and then they can start pressuring Spectre even more.
Yeah, and they do leave the Invoker top alone. And Zui seems pretty comfortable against Zibe for now. Misery's going to try and make that rotation again. Tranquils into that Urn of Shadows. And then the Blink should come immediately after for Misery. Ace farming onto tower now. 40 CS. A little bit behind the Faceless Void, but not a drastic amount whatsoever. But we should see a lot more use out of that Void once he gets level 6 with the Mom you mentioned and the Chrono as soon as he gets up there.
Even Mag came and actually empowered Faceless Void on bottom to possess more kill threat. He's just 2 CS away from the Chrono. There's a rotation from Witch Doctor. The problem is they don't know that he's gonna hit 6 right now. There's the Chrono.
And he throws the Chrono straight away. Phoenix gets caught out. Dream Coil down, and they do silence up the Void. The trade back is coming as long as they can get the final bits of damage, but the time walk out. Miracle still going to get slowed down. The Battle Hunger is there, and there's no escape for the Void this time around as RMN tries to get a bit of damage onto Ace. The Maledict is going to pop, and that's a good trade. 2 for 2. And all things considered, not too bad.
Radiant's
Because
middle
Armen
tower
turned
is
in
under
actually
attack.
landed that Maledict on Spectre. It's a decent trade for Nigma. Otherwise, it would not be worth it. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Magnus just continues to farm. Even though he is a mid laner, he is still going to go for the offlane type of the items where he gets a bottle, gets arcane boots for more mana sustain since he will be spamming that Empower. And I see Blink Dagger queued up, just 1,000 gold away.
And he should be that additional form of initiation. RP and Chrono, pretty long cooldowns, so you do want to be cycling between those two abilities to try and win these team fights. As MC smoked up with RMN, they know that this really slow, sluggy hero, the Venomancer, is probably just going to be farming the camp off to the side. And Zibe, I don't know if he needed the RP there, but it's going to definitely signal to the rest of 5 men that they shouldn't bother TPing to try and help.
Was it worth your life to try for my own?
And now Faceless Void can continue to farm jungle with the Mask of Madness and the Empower, but Misery will be there. 3 points in Battle Hunger. Will pressure him a bit, but you can't really man-fight him.
Yeah, you can't go toe-to-toe with that Void. A good Dire Observer Ward up top spots the puck. There's Chessie coming in for some bounty runes.
Bounty, matriarch prize.
Falls back towards where Mind Control is, and even throws the Dream Coil in on him. So these stacks, which are being made up by the Radiant team, are contested by the Magnus to dive in with a Supernova, but a Skewer away, and Pylai Die not able to keep them all stuck in place. The juke around the trees, and Jessie's dying to Death Ward. No phase shift means that the puck is gone. Now the turnaround onto RMN, it is the lowly Witch Doctor, which is traded back as Roshan killed off Mind Control, and Spectre with a Horn in. Not able to get anything more than just the RMN Witch Doctor.
And the Axel will live in the Fountain because of the Tranquil Boots region and the Raindrop. It's a must-have item when you're playing against the Witch Doctor. Chronosphere will be back up in 10 seconds, so they need +1 on the bottom lane to try to get a kill on Spectre.
And it would be nice to see the Witch Doctor come down there again with a Maledict. It will be the Rubik with the Magnus, though, as they chrono up the Spectre. 8-1 charges in the pocket of Ace, as he'll try and get out of this with a dagger off to the side. Through the trees he goes, and that Sunray keeping the Spectre topped up, allowing her to shovel and bring up a Kobold. As the salve comes in from the backpack, and Ace can stick around.
Nigma. GH also using a dagger, trying to find Ace. He found
Oh, it's going to be
Where's the follow-up?
close. Ace again with his dagger, allowing him to get over the tree line. Through the forest he goes. This means Chessie gets a lot of damage in onto the tier 1 mid lane, forcing the glyph. As top, the dive in. Misery going to get death warded by RMN. Goes a little bit too deep there, as Zibe wasn't able to commit to the dive himself.
Interesting build by Chessie. Not even putting a single point in a phase shift.
Yeah, it showed in that last fight, where he maybe could have phase shifted some of the death ward damage. I guess against a Magnus, you know, melee hero, you don't necessarily need it.
Still, you need 1 point. Just 1 point, Gary, that's all it takes. You know, it's a 6-second cooldown. Can dodge a lot of projectiles.
Man, just being able to like dodge cask or something would be super handy for Chessie. This game seems pretty pivotal for 5 men, that they get the Spectre into a good position. Blade Mail there, pretty much completed for Ace. Will allow the Spectre to fight from an earlier stage than that Hand of Midas Manta Abyssal Blade, which we've been seeing a fair amount. Getting ready for top now, though. 5 men realizing that the tempo creator for Nigma is hiding under his top tier 1. Gets off an EMP and a cold snap onto Axe, and into the invis he goes, but he's been dusted up. So 5 men there, take down the Invoker. The reaction from Nigma is going to come into a Supernova. Pilot Eyes there, setting it up beautifully. The Death Ward's launched out, but Chessie is jumped in aggressively. Death Ward finally killed off. A 2 for 2. As you do lose your Veno and your Axe, and maybe even a Phoenix here as Miracle's rotations arrived. Faceless Void with the Mask of Madness going to try and bash away at the Phoenix. Pylai Die, the first hit comes beautifully for Miracle. And he's also empowered to clear through the creep wave.
Even without Chronos here, Miracle still TPs to, you know, help out his team. Chrono is ready in 5 seconds. Let's see. if someone decides to man up and TP's here. There's a Chrono. Misery says,
Straight away.
Tank it.
Doesn't even hesitate.
Radiant
Sees a target, Chrono's a target, and kills it as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
You know, this looks stupid, but if you think about it, it's much better if he tanks the Chrono instead of a Spectre or Puck.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tactical Chrono baiting. Five men still mounting that defense on the top tier 1. Enigma, they did bring 5 heroes top, to be fair. It was a lot of effort to come and try and help the Invoker win that team fight. A slight net worth lead for them now. 5 kills to the good.
Radiant are scanning.
But in the meanwhile, Ace
Dire's middle tower
gets
is
free
under
reign of that
attack.
bottom lane, just continues farming away. And in fact, it's 5 men who smoke to try and make this move. Coil
Coil on Void.
with the Haunt, and they've silenced up the Void. He's in a lot of trouble here. Time Warp might come up in time, but no. The Death Ward's out and focusing on the Spectre, who has Maledict on her. And an RP there from Mind Control, going to drag her back with a Skewer into the midst of all the rest of Nigma. So the Pos 1s trade their lives for each other. And now we're left with a bunch of heroes that don't have any spells left.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Once Puck gets a Blink Dagger, it's going to be much easier for them to initiate. Your position 3 doesn't provide any. Same goes for 4 and 5. Misery going for... He wanted to go for Urn, but then decided to get Blade Mail into Blink. It's a lot of gold spent, you know. It's almost a full Urn already done, but your Venomancer said, like, I'm going Spirit Vessel.
Your
Careful, needs
Venomancer's
to be
getting
careful.
jumped by the Void. And GH with a Stolen Sunray burns through that slimy Slugman. Miracle trying to lifesteal himself up through the Poison Over and the Gale as they find Axe, who was lurking around. And Puck is blinking forward, coiling too, and slaying the Void. At the very least, 5 men can count themselves a little lucky there that they do get the position 1 yet again.
Meanwhile, Mind Control continues to farm the bottom lane, having a decent amount of farm in this game. Very high level, level 12 already. I see Pipe queued up just to mitigate magical damage coming out from Puck. And Phoenix also, Venomancer on top of that. Might even get a Guardian Greaves after that, you know, just be that full utility.
And keep everyone sustained. Panglaidai closes in on Meteor Hammer. Once he's finished that top wave, he should have it. Oh, GH giving him the old deny. Oh, he's going to deny another one. Oh, okay. Never mind then. Panglaidai will not have Meteor Hammer after that top wave. And then quickly looking down to bottom, Weehaw. Oh, he was in position there. I don't know if he saw Misery. But the Invoker unable to track back on the Axe. He was doing a great job hiding. Everybody wants to just calm down a little bit now, put Void back in the jungle. Sanjanyasha on top of his Mask of Madness. As they jump top, Waning Rift into the coil, trying to burst through GH. This man seems way tankier than expected, though. Pops his stick charges in the Fairy Fire as they dive with a Meteor Hammer. And there's a bit of payback, but the deny from Wee, beautifully timed. And now going on to the Venomancer with a snap and EMP connecting. And do a lot of damage to Zibe, but no killing blow, no final threat on his life.
Yeah, so Faceless Void can play a bit more active right now. He knows there's no coil. Should use that, try to grab a kill. Misery on the bottom. There's the RP.
Bottom. They find the jump. And the Death Ward with the Maledict on him. Misery's down to half HP, but they haunt. They react quickly, snappily, decisive action. Misery dunks him down. Mind Control's gone, and the chase is on to RMN, the Witch Doctor, who has the backup of the Chrono. Miracle's here. They've arrived with Void and the Rubik. Very, very defensive, though, from 5 men as they get a kill, they chase a little bit, and then they retreat.
Phoenix is also getting some decent levels. He's level 10, but once he gets to level 12, level 2 ulti, if they can zone out Faceless Void, just keep him in place. Other heroes don't really attack the egg.
Yeah, that's true. It's a bit difficult for them. Especially with bodyguards like Axe and Venomancer providing damage over time, the call, and all of that sustain.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Wheeze Invoker from the side lane. He is level 11. Misery there with a Berserker's Call to keep himself tanky. Still sniped down by the Tornado, but a clumsy net with a dagger forward. Deafening Blast to push them back. Venomancer still going, but nothing to cancel the TP out, so wise decision from Wee.
That's one problem that they have. The only stun is pretty much Puck Coil and level 1 Call by Axe, who does not have a Blink Dagger. Still 1,000 gold away. In terms of network game, pretty even. We didn't talk too much about Spectre, Blade Mail, working towards that Manta style. And if they get a good fight, once Spectre has Manta online, they can also get inside the pit and kill the Roche with the Desolate and Dispersion working on the illusions. Puck
Well,
mid lane.
GH. Yeah, and a Supernova there as well as they focus the egg. 4 heroes from Nigma take down Pylai Die, and they're trying to tornado anyone in the back as well, but Zibe and Chessie both making a swift retreat.
Yeah, this wasn't really what we call Supernova. This was more like just Nova. You know, dying in a second. He needs to be careful about it. They also need to have like either Axe or Venomancer grouping around it using the Poison Nova to at least try to deal some damage because they don't have the best ways to protect the egg.
Yeah, really relying on this blink. Like you mentioned a couple of seconds ago, halfway towards it. Misery needs a bit more farm. Double Dire Observer Ward down bottom, quite interesting. One in the camp and one in the lane. Trying to keep these wards away from any sentries or de-warding that's happening. Also spotting out where Spectre has spent the majority of her last couple of minutes. As Miracle gets away from a bit of a sunray from Pylai Die, but also the threat of Chessie was there. Miracle incredibly farmed with this Empower on him. 11,000 net worth. He is at the top of the board, but they jump into mid. The Dream Call there on Witch Doctor. Missing out on Wee, though. Would have been a great jump if they found the Invoker, but the Death Ward there, and there's nothing to stop it. RMN just lets it go. Wild kill onto Zibe, as Chessie does finally get the cross kill. But 5 men feel like they're forcing things a little bit too much now.
Miracle showed his Shadow Blade, so I'm not sure if he's gonna get a good jump, but if he can kill Axe, just delay his Blink Dagger, it's still gonna be an okay kill. Might not even need to use the Chronosphere on Axe. There's a vision on him.
Yeah. Misery's like, hey, what's up? What are you doing here, Void? Oh, nothing. Alright, just farming. And Mind Control's going to be following him around the map a little bit now. Keep that Empower going. As Void
bottom tower is under attack.
under an Obs and Sentry again. Oh, the range creep hits him, so he knows there's vision here now. And a lot of space for Misery. Axe gets that bottom lane to fully free farm. He'll realize now that the the camp is warded.
That's something that I sometimes say, you know, a bit dyslexic. But Axe having only 1 point in call, getting closer to a Blink Dagger, you know, just maxing out your counter helix, also getting level 10, like 16-second cooldown that only lasts for 2 seconds. Having an extra point in a call could make a big difference, especially if you need to burst hero like a Faceless Void.
Oh, for sure. Stopping him from getting his Time Walk off. Pretty pivotal here.
Is under attack.
5 men. Put their Puck and Axe over towards some Ancient Stacks. And this should give Misery his Blink Dagger now. It looks like Chessie's the one just guarding and defending this Axe as he farms. And Team Nigma, they see the Spectre down bottom. Dire Observer Ward's doing work. They all TP here. But it doesn't look like they're going to smoke or actually make a move for it. Just a Shadow Blade from Miracle from that bot lane in towards mid. And you know, it's kind of a bit of deja vu, bit of reminiscing about game 1, where Nigma were always what feels like a step behind. They're not preemptively thinking about what they need to do, but they're just waiting for their opponents to put themselves in a position that they can react to.
We did not see Chronosphere for like 5+ minutes. They could not find any openings. Faceless Void going for Silver Edge to break the Spectre, has some status resistance against the call and all of these slow/stuns. And we see Invoker putting some extra points in Exort, going for that Aghanim Scepter, so there will be Cataclysm. maxed out by the time he gets it. But 5 men, they're using smoke, they're chasing. Like, what they want to do is get a pick off, maybe 2 kills if possible, and just turn that into Roche Pit. Spectre with Mantis style is just doing so much damage. She's actually just going to start attacking Roche right now.
Hell yeah, why not? They've cleared out that dire jungle. They know no one's there. They've got high ground observer wards scouting. They've got plague wards to give vision. And this is the thing. This is kind of what I was trying to say, is the 5 men, they're the ones dictating where this game's going. They're the ones smoking, making the first move. And Nigma are just reacting, and they never get to play their own
This
game.
is dangerous.
Sunstrike
Roche,
in
they
the
will
pit.
get it on time. Spectre will pick it up unless she gets bashed like 4 times in a row.
Oh, Misery's that bodyguard up on the front lines, and they jump with a puck as well. Just a Waning Rift and Orb away. The Cask is
Coconut.
jumping, and the Chrono's onto 2. They do get a couple of good targets. Sunray is not going to do a whole hell of a lot as the skewer there will cancel it out, and Nigma, they get 2 kills, but they don't stop Roshan from falling.
Once...
Aegis is on the floor. Aegis, oh, yo. Aegis is on the floor
Ace
inside
did
Roche
not
Pit.
pick it up.
Ace, hello?
I didn't even notice it.
Are they going to notice? Are they going to oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What has just, what?
I know what Ace was doing. He was swapping things around, and he had a couple of healing salves in his inventory. Just wanted to salve up. Did not pick it up.
Man, I saw Roshan die, and then as I was saying, Nigma couldn't stop Roshan from dying. I clicked on Ace to be like, oh look, he's got the Aegis, and then I click on him and he doesn't have it. And this panic moment where I think Roshan's still alive. What's happening?
There was no one here. Like, there was no one around the Roche Pit that tried to go in. He just did not notice that he does not have Aegis.
Well, that is disastrous for 5 men right now. Giving Faceless Void a free Aegis. Chrono up in a minute and a half, but I don't think he cares. Straight on to Misery he goes. The Sunstrike misses, but who gives a damn? The Haunt comes out now as they dive onto Zibe. Faceless Void trying to go wild on it, but the Dreamclaw holding back the Magnus and the Witch Doctor. And Spectre turns, facing off against this Mind Control who gets used up now. Stopping his tracks, and no skewer, so he's forced to RP. Supernova's there, so Miracle can't get into the fight, and the chase is on. 5 men are still doing it. They've got the damage, and they can keep on going if they want. Spectre gets cold snapped, and the puck blinks away. But Venomancer's come in. He's got a Gale forward onto Wii. They've clumsy netted him, and he's gone. Nigma, even with that Aegis, still falling apart and crumbling to pieces.
What is going on in this game,
I
Gary?
don't know, Lacoste.
Oh man, it would have been such an, I would say, easy game for 5 men if Spectre, instead of Faceless Void, just picked it up. Miracle, mid lane, Neon Disc proc.
Yeah, great item pickup by Chessie. Against that Faceless Void especially.
So, you know, this will follow you throughout your whole career. You will be remembered by the guy who did not pick up Aegis.
Oh, dearie me.
You know why we're here, Gary? To have fun, for our viewers to have fun, and I think they're having their portion of fun right now.
I'm sure Twitch chat is going to go absolutely mental in a second. Oh, that sudden moment of realization. We do watch the replay back of the tail end of that team fight, or the second or third team fight that happened around the Roche Pit. The chase from 5 men is spectacular. They've got Phoenix Dive, they've got Blink and Orb from Puck, Dagger and Haunt. Venomancer even has a Force Staff now to allow him to close the gap onto targets.
You know why I didn't notice it? Because I kind of have high expectations for pro players to pick up Aegis.
Same.
Like, yeah, he definitely has it. Like, there's no reason for me to click it.
Yeah, the only reason that I realized was because I clicked on Ace and realized he didn't have it as I was mid-sentence talking about him having it. Oh, Silver Edge for Miracle now. Nigma all grouping up around the Void, who has Chrono back up. And Aegis, I guess, is going to be reclaimed in like a minute, because it was on the floor for a fair bit.
Minute and 20 seconds, yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Like, I played with Misery in a couple of teams. I know that he has changed, but still I can hear him saying things or just knowing how he feels when he realized that his carry did not pick up Aegis there.
A little bit upset. Just a little bit upset.
Double damage, bottle up on Faceless Void. Aegis still up and running for 50 seconds. Well, if you didn't pick up Aegis, maybe you didn't even time it. right? So they don't know when it's gonna expire.
But like Aegis is reclaimed from when Roshan dies, right? Not from when the Aegis is picked up.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure it was on the floor for like 20, 30 seconds, so it's probably going to expire very soon. We'll see. There's 5 men now kind of scrambling to defend up against Nigma, who are pushing forward. A little bit of momentum as that weird Roshan fight has given something back to them in this game, which maybe they didn't quite deserve. And Ace's Spectre getting huge, though. Skadi on top of the Manta. Chessie's puck can come and clear out that bottom wave as well, as Misery is farming deep in that enemy side of the map. And 5 men just trying to dodge Chrono at this point, it feels like.
Spectre just tanking up with the item build. Wants to be able to survive through any kind of a burst. Like, the only burst she needs to be careful about is Faceless Void, Chronosphere, and the Cataclysm.
Oh, Void still has Aegis, so it's from when you pick it up.
Has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Seems so, Gary. We were wrong.
Well,
You guys
learned.
got you baited in chat, didn't you?
Yeah, it was
Aegis
30,
expired.
30 seconds
it
it was
took
on the
them
floor.
Around 30 seconds to pick it up.
The dive in, highlight dive with the poison over onto Miracle. They know Aegis is gone, but with the Meteor Hammer
There's
not
the
landing,
Hawk.
they don't have a stun. Still trying to keep tabs on the Void, but he still redges away from the clumsy net. The 2-man coil, it arrives. It's good
Stolen
from Jessie if
coil.
only they can jump in. And the coil, can they turn it around? GH trying to get it done. And 5 men struggling to finish anybody off. The Supernova finally comes and they've stopped the Miracle Void. He's dying and dropping low for the dunk. It doesn't work. Somehow he gets away with his life. We will finally fall as Miracle has got life steal up on these creeps. GH is chased by Chessie. In comes the puck again. The blink to the high ground. GH is out of there, and RMN trying to retreat as well. Dagger following Miracle as he still holds on to Chrono. The blink call. Misery's in there. A great initiation now as this spin
Miracle might
doctor
kill
just
himself.
goes to work.
He's gonna kill
The
himself.
Chrono does nothing.
His middle tower is under attack.
Nigma
Die
are
to
falling
Blade
apart.
Mail.
RMN's about to die to a Meteor Hammer. 5 men are about to 2-0 Team Nigma at this point.
Oh, 2 Blade Mails plus a Dispersion actually killing Faceless Void. He popped that Satanic, but not enough lifesteal coming out because of the item build that Spectre went for. Eye of Skadi, and there was also a Spirit Vessel on him, so it was like he didn't even have it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And they've got no buybacks, Lacoste. Your 19,000 net worth Faceless Void is dead for 40 seconds. They skewer and snap the coil under the tier 4s. The Spectre is stuck, but they need everything. RP's there. She's so damn tanky. Still has 11-1 charges. The Manta Star and 4 step to get away. Ace is dead. The streak is gone. And an outplay will keep Nigma in this game and in the tournament for now.
GH.
All the deny.
Doing
GH
so
is-
much.
What? What is happening? He hits the Magnus twice and then
And
lets
then
him die to
stops.
poison. What is going on?
It was a big play where they snap a stolen coil and then land RP near the tier 4 tower and have enough damage. Spectre also, when she was about to pop the Manta Style, her mana got burned and did not have enough to get rid of the cold snap.
This is special. Dota 2 is a special video game. And I'm enjoying every second of it. Oh my goodness gracious me. Miracle working on MKB. We scouting out Pylai Die and Misery. Gets the tornado onto the Phoenix and the Sunray from GH. Burning through Pylai Die, but a Supernova into the call. Blinking on GH now. The Sunstrike from Wee will chip away a little bit of HP. But they've also
They
caught
found
the
Void.
Void. The Supernova landed. The stun is there. The Meteor Hammer comes. And the control from the Dream Coil actually onto both of them. Invoker and Void. They're in a lot of trouble. They bash the heal. Satanic's there and Miracle turns it around. Nigma finally having something go their way, but the Haunt in from Ace. The Spectre arrives. It's the Pos 1 show now, but he's struggling to stick on targets. They need the All Forward and some waning rifts here. The Yule's up into the air. The Invoker sent skywards. The Cyclone comes.
Good
As
cast.
the jump forward again. Jessie doesn't have any more stuns. Disabling Wee is a very difficult task as the slowed down Spectre can't give chase any further, but they've got what it takes. It's the Sunray from Pylai Die to finally bring the Invoker to his knees.
They might not have a lot of stuns, but they have a lot of slows coming out from Spectre, Battle Hunger, Venomancer, Dive. you name it. And I like how Miracle just turned and actually decided to man-fight. He had almost no HP, but then popped the Satanic back to full HP. I would also love to see any kind of dispel on Faceless Void. Maybe he might start thinking about... I'm not sure if getting a Mantis style here is a correct choice, since you already have SNY. Could disassemble it. Or you might get a BKB, because this Spirit Vessel, we saw how strong it is if you don't have way of getting rid of that.
Even having like Manta to try and dodge the Blink call could be useful. As Misery with Blink, Yule's Blade Mail has really been one of the primary factors of the undoing of Team Nigma here. Roshan respawned though, scouted by Dire Courier and by Misery's face. Just walking straight into the pit. And everybody outside of Spectre has their ultimate ready.
Only 2 heroes with buyback. That's Invoker and Faceless Void. How many Eon discs do we have? 1 on Phoenix, 1 on Puck. So that should be enough to survive throughout the initial burst of the Chronosphere.
People are just casting spells randomly. Zibe uses Poison Nova. No one really.
There's also one. Sorry, Gary. 1 Eon disc on Rubik as well.
Oh, very nice. And we trying to scout into the pit with Sunstrikes. They spot Misery. Moving forward, they catch the axe. Stealing out Berserker's Call, the self-fuels. Can he blink away? He can. Dodging the skewer, in fact. The tornado misses just barely. Scraping past the backside of the axe.
Old man still has it.
He's still got the moves. Well, Ace with the Haunt back up. Gets a bit of time to push that bot wave. Stop the catapults from coming. And the face-off again across this river. Roshan, the most important objective on the map right now for this Spectre and the Void. So therefore, the rest of the teams have got to guard them up as they look towards it. Supernova, level 3. Man, that's a tanky Phoenix. 3,000
really
HP. Holy crap.
They need Faceless Void to actually hit the egg if they want to kill it. Smoke from 5 men. Spectre, you know, just being at the bottom doesn't need to be in a smoke because of the Haunt. Zibe will scout things out inside the pit, see if they're doing it. Courier.
Oh, Chessie. Really playing with fire there, toying with danger. Miracle pops into Invis. Roshan not being done because Ace is still hitting some jungle creeps.
Well, it's better to hit jungle creeps than to hit Roshan and not pick up Aegis.
I would have to agree with you there, Lacoste. They did good job shoving out the bottom wave, so GH has to show his face down there for a second. But we're running out of smokes and we're running out of these surprise initiation methods. This one here from 5 men. It's got to work out for them. And honestly, this is the kind of fight that could win you a series. They're 1-0 up. Tournament lives on the line here for Team Nigma.
Ooh, Spell Prism found by both teams. I guess you give that one to Puck, lower the cooldown on the abilities. Miracle is in a good
into
spot.
the pit. Oh, the Chrono, he does get it, but only onto Misery. That's not ideal. The Cataclysm comes, but the Horn into the back. They're trying to focus down onto Invoker and the supporting cast. The RP lands on Ace. They stun up Div as well. The Maledict and Death Ward coming in toward the Spectre. They're focusing down Ace, but he's so damn tanky. The Maledict is surely going to pop him now, though, as RMN trades his life. Now back to Miracle, silver edging and running forward. Gets Yulesed up. As Magnus being pummeled by the Veno and the Puck. We gonna get chased down as well, but no reveal to see that Invoker. And Faceless Void comes back in again. 2 for 2. But Void being alive gives Nigma what feels like the advantage.
Without Spectre, they don't have enough damage to deal with the Faceless Void.
So they're gonna try and turn onto GH. They use up the Void and they're focusing the Rubik. All the way, yeah, the jaunt out. GH survives, Misery's down, Zibe still standing his ground, trying to battle through, but GH taking so long to die, the gem is on the deck. And Puck will have no option but to try and run away. Get the gem and run away, get the gem and run away, he's broken.
With his life.
He has Waiting Rift, he has Orb, he has Blink. The Blink away, now the Orb out, and he's safe and sound. Chessie's fine.
Saving that gem is pretty big. They have 1, 2, 3 invis heroes, and now Festus Void, he can run inside a pit and just solo kill the Roche. Finally, an item that's gonna give him a defensive ability. Doesn't need to care about silences. BKB queued up on Miracle, also level 25 backtrack talent. If he gets that Aegis, still 6k gold lead for 5 men, but once they pick up that Aegis, it's gonna be really hard for them to actually kill Miracle.
Really bloody hard. She's on Invoker as well. The struggles for 5 men start now. They had a pretty monumental net worth lead, up to 10k or so, only 4 or 5 minutes ago. And that has come plummeting down as Nigma mounting their comeback. I think 5 men really have to focus much more on defending the Spectre. Now, Ace is just going in, trying to hunt the backlines, and the rest of his team are dealing with Void.
Yeah, the only defensive tool item that they have is Sunray and Force Staff on Venomancer. That's pretty much it. No Glimmer Capes.
Oh, the Yule's up. Stops the call. 5 men, I thought they could get him there. They're going to haunt for it, Dream Coil, and they do move forward, trying to pick off. And with a Corona there onto the puck and the Cataclysm landing, but Eon Disc keeps Jessie safe and sound as the Supernova also utilized here. So Miracle's back in for round 2. Big ulti's down for 5 men. Chrono, not ready, of course, for the Void, but he's got Aegis, he's got Satanic, he's just chasing into Misery. And now the RP! Mind Control lands it onto the 2 targets they want. Venomancer is done for as well. Now Ace on the run out. Chessie trying to buy some time for his Spectre. Slowed down a little bit by the Ice Wall on the way through. Tornado up as well. And he's in a 1 versus 4. Ace, where are you going to go? You're being broken by the Silver Edge. Lifted up by GH. Chessie trying to come in, and they've stunned up Wing. It's a lot of damage, but he pops the G's. Heals back up to almost full. But Ace is broken once more, and Miracle, he is hungry for battle.
Oh, not sure what that was, but it feels like this is a game-losing move for 5 men, where they try to initiate on Faceless Void and then keep chasing. Spectre uses a Haunt, gets a solo kill on Witch Doctor, that's fine, jumps back to the battle, but as you said, they need to play more around that Spectre. They need to take care of her, because once broken, she just dies.
Yeah, just getting melted. Maledict plus the Silver Edge break. I think Maledict has played a big part here. That Witch Doctor
for sure.
Doing exceptionally well against the Spectre when she is isolated like that. Chessie trying to toy with them, but they've jumped into the back, past the tier 4s, forcing Yules up. As Miracle still holding Aegis for another 2.5 minutes, going for these barracks mid, clearing up an entire lane. And Team Nigma, they've brought that net worth disadvantage down to 0 and even a slight lead for themselves.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Miracle, pretending he's AFK.
Waiting for the tier 2 to die. Repair kit comes out early on. And they're trying to kite this Void with the Yule Scepters they've got. Deal with that creep wave with the pucks. AoE damage. But even a repair kit not defending up against double catapult and the Alacrity Void. As Miracle has Chronosphere once more. Zibe, dangerous place to be, but they jump in with Chessie. Lift up the puck. Can't finish him off, and the Chronosphere's there. Lands it onto 2 with the Cataclysm, Misery, and Zibe. Both about to fall. They've cleared them both up, and one doesn't have buyback. Venomancer returns as the Spectre does dive very deep with the help of the Supernova. Maybe they can swing this fight, and they get the Poison Nova out. But the RP, Miracle has to run away. Can't fight into the RP. The Ice Wall will try and slow the advance here of 5 men, but Miracle jumps back in. The Void wants to fight. Yule's into Meteor Hammer, landing and connecting onto the Void, but he's so tanky. Even with the poison, the damage of a time, he battles through and kills the Spectre off. Miracle with a double kill now, and he's going to go for more. The triple for your Void. Give him the Ultra. Miracle, the one-man Faceless Void show now as Nigma looking to close this one out. 3 heroes with no buyback on 5 men. Phoenix and Puck with so much left to do.
Yeah, I believe this is game, Gary. Faceless Void with the Alacrity has enough to actually go for the throne. Still Aegis up and running for 40 seconds. Only 2 heroes alive.
And the
Even
buyback from
flying
Magnus.
back.
Is he going to buy boots to travel?
Yeah, he's gonna buy boots of travel. He sold his
Pipe?
full pipe and now coming back just to give some extra damage.
Hell yeah. Let's go kill Jesse. Chase him now. Focused here, Force.
Radiant's middle
Onto the
tower
throne we
has
go.
fallen.
Buyback from Wii as well. Trying to TP out to the outpost and sprint into this
back
mid
door
lane. They
region
need to
kicked
finish this
in.
game. Repair kit's there, and Chessie with a double kill. GH gone. Faceless Void going to get called up now, dragging back towards the fountain. They've got Magnus and Boyd with Invoker arriving soon. Meteor Hammer's about to land, but he time walks away from it. Still focusing the throne, hitting the building.
can't stun it.
Repair kit, keeping 5 men in the game, and the Blade Call catches both the Blade Mail. Oh, Void is still alive. He got the Satanic off just in time. Silence up on the Dream
Keep
Core
hitting the
snap,
throne, keep
but the
hitting it,
throne
that's
is
it.
falling. That is game. GG is called, and Nigma tying things up.